All right, welcome back, Pro Dumpster Diver. Back at it again, just testing. I got a brand new Bluetooth piece set here today to make sure you guys can hear me. And this is from our eBay part here. I've had this for about 2 years, and today we're going to put this bad boy in acid. We have a couple projects going on. I did want to go over what this is. I have a feeling that some people will want to know, like, what type of scrap is this? Okay, so I'll explain that part here. These are the pins that you would actually end up getting ordered, or these are the pins that will come off a board. So as you can see here, this would actually be a slot that pin cards would actually go into, and then this would actually jack into a board. This one here, as you could actually see, was already wired. So you actually see the red, blue, and white wires here. This would have been plugged in. These would have worked for cards, for computers, and a lot of these are actual pins here. So what we're going to do is, this is 15 pounds here. We are going to put this in acid, and I want to make sure correctly that we have enough acid in here. However, one of the things you have to remember is that whenever you put things in acid, or you don't have acid in there yet, you want to make sure you have the right quantity of chemical, which is here. So if you've been watching this channel from the previous videos, we've already been using the gray buckets. They're pretty good. They're small. They're very thick material. They can withstand wind, which is very good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our 15 pounds of computer pins, and we're going to put this in, and what we want to do is we want to let that sit. Now we need to make sure the acid completely covers it, because if it doesn't, you're going to have gold pieces like this that are going to be exposed. Whoa! Oh, wow. Sorry about the wind, guys. That was a huge gust of wind there. Man, that came out of nowhere. All right. Now, I also do have the extra transamuriatic acid and some hydrogen peroxide. Now, there is one thing I did want to go over. Whenever you end up putting pins inside of acid, you want to make sure that you do have the right amount, okay? So I'm going to end up putting these pins. Now, it doesn't matter how I put them in, as long as they basically go in there right now. I could sit there and dump them in, but I always do want to look at it. Also, you have to remember, you're going to have stuff like this, which is also going to have, you can see how you squeeze this in. You have the pins here, and you're also going to have pins on the bottom. I want the acid to eat into all of this here. And whenever you're outside, you see these leaves, just pull them out. Okay? You don't want any other organic debris inside of there. Damn! Oh my goodness. Alright, so we've got a lot of wind out here right now. Whew! Man, this wind is something. But I expect it. Alright. I'm going to end up taking a bit more of the pins there. And I did want to look at this blue pin before I put it in. You see that? That's a nice amount of gold there. See how we got leaves in there already? So I'm going to pour this in right now, because it seems as though the wind has other options and ideas today. All right. So I will put you right here. We're going to put our 15 pounds of board in. She is a bit heavy. All right, again, relax. That's just the wind there. That's just the wind. All right, but there's a reason why. As you can see on the bottom, I'm actually using plastic on the floor for this. I have a feeling that Mother Nature is trying to jit me up today, but it's fine. Yeah, he's trying to stop me from making this money. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. Again, you really can't look at this. I didn't even see this beforehand, but look at this here. We have, this is beautiful. This is coming out. We have, trying to get the pins out of this one. I mean, I don't really have to worry about getting it out. You see how the wind died down? You see that? All of a sudden I pour them in and now it goes in. So yeah, I'm going to stretch this here. Now this has a lot of pins on it. You have a bit, if you can see that, you got a bit of solder there as well. and that's where they actually ended up cutting it. So we have our 15 pounds in acid right now, and it seems as though it's a bit overflowed. Okay, so what we want to do is we just want to shake this up. Okay, so it seems as though we do need more acid to go in there. I can take some of these out and put them in the other bin, and just to leave that right now. So I'm just going to shake this up. I have a stick, actually. I have a stick, and what I can actually do is just push these in right here. Just move everything around right now. I want to get all of it in as much as I can. It seems as though we're going to have to pour some more acid into this right now just to get all of this done. But if I have to, I have to. It's fine. And then I might get a glove and take some of these out and put them into the other one right now. But this is it. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to try to pour some acid in this. I may have too much, so I'm going to ask you guys. I mean, what do you think? You think I have too much in there that the acid can't go in? Because I can get it over the rim. See, stuff like this, always double check it. You see this? You have no gold here, but you have gold here, right? So I might put some of this into the other gray bucket, which is, has the other one comes again, and has the other project there that's going on right now, and these have the gold in them. Now, when the gold comes out of this, you may not see gold. It may actually just be black because of how it's going to end up coming off of pins. We've seen that before when we've done the projects when we reverse electroplating pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get the other bucket and I'm going to put it right here. Okay? This is the other gray bucket that I've had. We have another project going in on this, as you guys have actually noticed. Ooh, we got the gold coming to the top. You see that? Look at that. We've got the gold circles coming on the top. So this is very good right now. I'm going to get a glove. I'm going to get a glove, which is very important. Okay. As you guys tell me all the time, PPE is very important. I do have my glove here. I'm going to put my gloves on. Okay. All right. See, guys? Oh, damn it. All right. So I've got my glove on here. And what we're going to do is, even though we have, see if I can bring this up a bit. Even though we have our pins here, it might be too many pins, so we're going to try to put some of these pins here, and then we're going to come back in a little bit. See, they go in. So, and I'm using the glove, as people say. I'm putting this in here. You might have some bubbles, which is very good. Haven't seen those bubbles in a while. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to get all of our pieces there, and you can always add new chemical, guys. Okay, you can always add new chemical. Never think that you might be running out there right now. And the good part is, when it comes to pins, we're actually going to track this, because I want to see how long it's going to take the gold to come off of pins, because these are not attached to PCB boards. So usually, for those of you who've been watching this channel, we actually do a lot of PCB boards, which is very, which, I mean, yeah, most of the projects, I believe, have been PC boards, actually. All right, so when you get it, you want to take that and you want to move it around. You don't really want any of the gold sticking up. Okay, so you want to get that in as best as you can. You want everything to be below the surface, and the liquid should actually be covering everything. Okay, so I'm going to take a bit more out of that and then put that in the middle. Now I can see that I probably have a lot of stuff there, so I do want to end up spreading that out, putting that over here. I got a bit more space right now. Put some in the corner. Yeah, I got some space in the corner there. Okay. Put some of this over here. Put some over here. Yeah, I got space there. Put some right here. There we go. All right. And then put some here. It's pretty good there. Okay. And then put some here. Okay, good. All right, now what we got to do is we have to take this and we got to push that down. We want all of, as you can actually see, I want to make sure that this covers everything right now, which is very important. Oh, what do we got here? We got something, we got somebody bubbling. What's this? What you got over here, sir? What is this here? You got something bubbling here. All right, let's see that. What you got? What you got here? What's this? Is that just acid? That's something in there. There's a piece of metal in there, because if I put this in here, it's going to start bubbling. So I want to know what this is. There's something in that. There's a long piece of metal that's in here, and I can see that because when I put it in here, it starts bubbling. She starts bubbling there. And there's I don't know if you can see it, but there's a piece of metal inside of here. I want to get that out. I want to know what that might have slid in there. So I'm going to take something and put that out right now. Come on. It doesn't want to come out. That's fine. We'll put that in the garbage. It sucks because it has gold pieces on it. All right, so we have all of this covered. That's what we want, and we want all of this covered. So we want to take a stick. You can take a wooden stick. I tell you guys to go to the stores. You could just get a little wooden stick here and just put everything in as deep as you can right now. And you can always use your extra liquid and everything, okay, to get that done. All right, so I'm going to put a little more liquid with this here. I have some transhem muriatic acid that I tell you guys to get all the time, but some of you are like, oh, it's too expensive. Bro, calm your asses down, okay? The transhem itself is, I'd say, about $10 a gallon. Depends where you go and get it. I'm just pouring this in right here, right now. Okay, this is transhem muriatic acid here. Okay, now that I put transhem in, I do need hydrogen peroxide. You can't just have transhem just there, just like that. Okay, so, man, this wind is something today, guys. This wind is something. You don't control the weather, but you control how much money you make. Okay, I do have my hydrogen peroxide here, and usually you mix them in a container and then pour them in. Man, this wind is something. Okay, where were you when I needed you? All right, we're just gonna pour that right here, and that's it. I don't want to pour too much because I didn't put a full gallon of the muriatic transhem in, and that's it. We're good to go. All right, you can actually see a little bit under the surface, but you just want to give everything a little bit of a quick stir right now. All right, get our stuff in there. That's green, beautiful. That's how it should look. That's how we're look at that. Okay, our acid's getting in there right now. I want to push everything down after I stirred it, and once a week I'll come back and stir everything up. All right, and that's it. That's what we got. See, we already have a lot of the gold coming up. Perfect, beautiful. So yeah, I give it about a month or so, and we'll come back and we'll check on this. All right, Pro Dumpster Diver out.